On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Unnatural.
Not in accordance with the normal or natural order, or not normal, typical, or expected.
Examples:
Unnatural death. Unnatural disaster. The unnatural growth of the city has disrupted wildlife habitats.
Laureate.
A person who has been awarded an honor or a prize for achievement in a particular field, especially in literature or academia. A poet who is honored for achieving the highest level of excellence in a competition or for producing a lifetime body of work.
Examples:
Oscar laureate. Poet laureate. The Nobel laureate delivered an inspiring speech to the graduating class.
Animate.
To make something full of interest and energy.
Examples:
Animate the body. Animate his soul. The positive attitude of the supervisor animated the discussion.
Disastrous.
Extremely bad, harmful, or unsuccessful.
Examples:
Have disastrous consequences. Absolutely disastrous effect. The emission of hazardous substances has disastrous effects on the ecology of a region.
Relent.
To soften or become less severe, particularly in response to pressure or persuasion. To abandon a harsh or demanding attitude or stance.
Examples:
Relent to pressure. Don't relent until late in the evening. The team refused to relent even after falling 3 points behind.
Broth.
A liquid in which meat, fish, or vegetables have been cooked, used as a base for soups and stews.
Examples:
Chicken broth. Remains of broth. I always add a bit of broth to my soup to give it more flavor.
Loon.
A large migratory bird, typically having a haunting cry and known for its diving and swimming abilities. An offensive word, a foolish or crazy person.
Examples:
Loon call. Wild loon. We spotted a common loon swimming gracefully in the lake.
Muse.
A source of inspiration, particularly for creative endeavors such as writing or art, a mythical spirit thought to inspire poets and artists.
Examples:
Muse inspiration. Creative muse. She gazed out the window, deep in thought, as if waiting for her muse to strike.
Billboard.
A large outdoor sign or display that is used for advertising, marketing, or public information, typically located along highways or main roads.
Examples:
Billboard advertising. Digital billboard. The new billboard on the highway promotes a popular vacation destination.
Deflect.
To cause something, especially a criticism or attack, to be directed away from someone.
Examples:
Deflect a blow. Deflect his criticism. The soccer player was able to deflect the ball away from the goal.
Rev.
A measure of the rate at which an engine or motor rotates, often expressed in revolutions per minute, RPM, verb, to increase the number of rotations per minute.
Examples:
Low rev engine. Rev up the crowd. He stepped on the gas pedal, and the engine released a loud rev.
Pretension.
The act of claiming or asserting something, especially without good reason or without evidence, an unfounded or excessive claim or ambition.
Examples:
Pretension to authority. Baseless pretension. His pretensions of being a gourmet were quickly exposed when he could not identify basic herbs and spices.
Narration.
The act or process of telling a story, the relating of a story or account.
Examples:
Narration of events. Exaggerate in narration. His narration of the story was engaging and captivating.
Snout.
The nose and mouth of an animal, especially when protruding or prominently featured.
Examples:
Dig with the snout. Short snouts. The pig's snout was wet and covered in mud.
Sniff.
To inhale audibly through the nose, often to detect or identify a smell. To draw in air through the nostrils with a quick, audible intake of breath.
Examples:
Sniff the air. Sniff the perfume. The dog stopped to sniff around the tree, looking for something interesting.
Ceaseless.
Without stopping, pausing, or resting, persistent and unending.
Examples:
Ceaseless rain. Ceaseless chatter. The ceaseless noise from the construction site kept me up all night.
Grub.
The larval stage of an insect, particularly beetles, butterflies, or flies, food, especially in the form of unappetizing or unappealing cooked dishes. Verb, to dig or search diligently and laboriously.
Examples:
Cook up some grubs. Grub for potatoes. The garden was infested with beetle grubs, causing damage to the plant roots.
Plaid.
A pattern of intersecting horizontal and vertical stripes of different colors and widths, usually in a checkered pattern, and typically seen on textiles like blankets and clothing.
Examples:
Plaid patterned wallpaper. Plaid skirt. He wore a plaid shirt to the picnic, which gave him a rustic look.
Writ.
A written legal order or command.
Examples:
A writ of summons. Issue a writ. He was served with a writ of eviction, giving him the notice to vacate the property.
Dutiful.
Motivated by a sense of duty or obligation, willingly and conscientiously fulfilling one's responsibilities or obligations.
Examples:
dutiful obedience, dutiful employee. The secretary was appreciated for her dutiful service and organization in the office.
Slogan.
A short, catchy phrase or motto that is used by a person, organization, or company to promote a particular product, cause, or idea.
Examples:
catchy slogan, advertising slogan. The company spent months researching and testing different brand slogans before finally settling on "Just do it" as their new tagline.
Motionless.
Without movement or motion, completely still.
Examples:
motionless figure, motionless body. The wounded soldier lay motionless on the battlefield waiting for medical attention.
Rib.
Each of a series of curved bones that are connected to the spine and surround the chest. Adjective, subject to laughter or ridicule.
Examples:
break a rib, rib cage. The accident caused a cracked rib.
Stride.
To walk with long steps in a particular direction. Noun, an important and positive progress.
Examples:
stride across a room, stride down a slope. She strides confidently across the stage to accept her award.
Poetic.
Of or relating to poetry, equals a piece of writing that emphasizes the expression of feelings and ideas, using language in an imaginative and expressive way.
Examples:
poetic genius, poetic justice. The sunset was so beautiful, it looked like a poetic scene from a movie.
Amnesia.
A condition in which a person is unable to remember things, often as a result of brain damage, shock, or illness.
Examples:
childhood amnesia, amnesia by trauma. The accident caused her to suffer from temporary amnesia, and she couldn't remember anything that happened before the collision.
Obedient.
Willing to do what someone in authority tells you to do.
Examples:
grow to be obedient, obedient dog. The obedient dog followed its owner's commands.
Heartbreak.
A feeling of great sadness or disappointment.
Examples:
ease her heartbreak, go through heartbreak. They had experienced the heartbreak of losing 2 children due to premature births.
Hemisphere.
Half of the terrestrial globe, half of a sphere.
Examples:
Northern Hemisphere, cerebral hemisphere. This weather pattern is unique to the southern hemisphere.
Quadrate.
A square-shaped object or area.
Examples:
Quadrate shape. Quadrate ligament. The scientist examined the quadrate bone to determine the species of dinosaur it came from.
Memorize.
To learn something carefully so that you will remember it exactly.
Examples:
Memorize musical scores. Try hard to memorize the lines. Lawyers need to memorize even the most minor provisions of the law.
Poise.
A calm, confident, and graceful manner with control of your feelings or behavior.
Examples:
Aesthetic poise. With easy poise. He took a deep breath and recovered a little of his poise.
Lurk.
To wait somewhere secretly, especially because you are about to attack someone or do something bad or illegal.
Examples:
Lurked behind the words. Lurk in the darkness. In the city, the risk of traffic accidents lurks at every corner.
Spleen.
A large, blood-rich organ located in the upper left region of the abdomen, known for its role in the immune system, blood storage, and blood filtration.
Examples:
Spleen function. Enlarged spleen. The doctor explained that the pain in her abdomen was caused by spleen inflammation.
Oblivion.
The state of being completely forgotten or unknown, the state of being unconscious or unaware, the condition of being destroyed, wiped out, or erased from existence.
Examples:
Vanish into oblivion. Drunk in oblivion. The author's work was forgotten and fell into oblivion after his death.
Law.
Traditional knowledge, stories, or beliefs often passed down through oral tradition, a body of knowledge or tradition that is often considered to be mythological or legendary in nature.
Examples:
Military lore. Mythological lore. The village's lore passed down stories of their ancestors and their traditions.
Etiquette.
A set of rules and norms governing polite and proper behavior in social situations or professional contexts.
Examples:
Email etiquette. Breach of etiquette. It's important to follow proper etiquette when attending a formal dinner.
Stow.
To pack or store something safely and securely, especially on a ship or aircraft, to hide or conceal something.
Examples:
Stow all electronic. Stow away goods. Please stow your luggage in the overhead compartment before takeoff.
Whisk.
To move something somewhere suddenly and quickly.
Examples:
Whisk flies away. Whisk people from entrance to exit. Whisk rapidly until egg whites are foamy.
Hew.
To chop or cut something, particularly wood, with an axe or other tool. To shape, carve, or form something using a sharp tool.
Examples:
HEW my way through effort. HEW out a cave. He used a chisel to hew the wood into the shape of a bird.
Flare.
To burn brightly with a sudden, intense burst of flame or light. Noun, a sudden and brief burst of bright flame or light, a sudden and intense burst of radiation from the sun's surface.
Examples:
Flare up into a major crisis. The flare of a match. The sun flared and caused a sudden brightening in the sky.
Torch.
A portable device that produces a flame, typically one that is used to light a fire or a candle.
Examples:
The torch of learning. Torch song. She used an electric torch to light her way through the dark cave.
Druid.
A member of an ancient Celtic order of priests, often associated with nature worship and divination.
Examples:
Druid ritual. Druid priestess. The ancient Druids believed in the power of nature and conducted rituals to honor it.
Illuminating.
Making something clear or easy to understand, providing light.
Examples:
Illuminating light. An illuminating answer. The lecture was illuminating and gave me a new perspective on the topic.
Blazing.
Burning and emitting intense heat and light, powerful and impressive.
Examples:
Blazing fury. Blazing fire. The blazing sun beat down on the desert.
Inhabitant.
A person or an animal that lives in a particular place.
Examples:
The early inhabitants of Europe. Inhabitant tax. His family is the oldest inhabitant of the island.
Eulogy.
A speech or writing in praise of someone who has died, typically given at a funeral or memorial service.
Examples:
Eulogy speech. Deliver eulogy. The pastor's eulogy touched everyone's heart and brought many to tears.
Afterlife.
Life after death, as believed in many cultures and religious traditions.
Examples:
Afterlife name. Corporate afterlife. The belief in an afterlife comforted those mourning the loss of their loved ones.
Gratify.
To give pleasure or satisfaction to provide someone with what they want or need, to indulge or satisfy a desire or appetite.
Examples:
gratify desires, gratify curiosity. I always try to gratify my boss by achieving the sales target every month.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
Humming sound, hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Oar.
A pole with a flat blade at one end used for rowing a boat through the water.
Examples:
Sculling oar, wooden oar. The rowing team coordinated their oars to move through the water smoothly.
Schlep.
To carry or drag something heavy or awkward, to travel a long distance with difficulty or effort, to behave in a sluggish or unenthusiastic manner.
Examples:
Schlep groceries, schlep through airport. I had to schlep all my luggage up 4 flights to my hotel room.
Garland.
A wreath or chain made of flowers, leaves, or other decorative materials, often used for ornamentation or to honor someone or something. A prize or award given in the form of a wreath or chain.
Examples:
Garland of beads, garland of lights. The bride wore a beautiful garland of flowers around her neck.
Pascal.
A unit of pressure in the International System of Units, SI, named after the French mathematician and physicist Blaise Pascal, which equals 1 Newton per square meter, the name of a high-level programming language developed in the 1970s.
Examples:
980 hectopascals. Pressure conditions from 100 to 1600 pascals. Meteorologists recorded a sudden drop in air pressure to 980 hectopascals, signaling the approach of a storm.
Blossom.
The reproductive structure on a flowering plant that consists of usually colorful petals and a typically green calyx, merging of sepals, the state or time of flowering, the peak of a person's or thing's development or success.
Examples:
Apple blossom, blossom garden. The cherry blossom trees in the park were in full bloom, creating a beautiful sight.
Behead.
To cut off the head of a person or animal.
Examples:
Behead a prisoner, behead several hostages. The king ordered the executioner to behead the traitor.
Symphony.
A long musical composition in Western classical music for orchestra, usually with 3 or 4 main parts called movements.
Examples:
A symphony orchestra, a beautiful symphony. The frequent performances of the symphony prove its popularity.
Youngster.
A young person, typically a child or teenager, a creature that is still in its youth or early stages of development.
Examples:
youngster education, teenage youngster. The little youngster couldn't wait to open their birthday presents.